Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the bad button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Happy Monday, happy Monday. What's up, player? Back up in this bad boy.
Yes, sir. We back and we live, man, on one camera. Like, it feels a little bit different, you know, but we back live from Arlington, Texas in the, what you say, the world fame?
The world famous STWF studios.
Hey, I like that, man. Just like that, man. You know, so definitely trying a new vibe. You know, y'all see us, we've been in the recording studio. So now we actually in another part of our studio. Y'all see we got the backdrop, we got the logo. So this is the green screen. So trying to do a little bit, do a little differently today.
So, different is good sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, this dude Uncle Leroy, don't say the Leroy without the Junior, man. But before we get this thing started, we gotta reach way up there somewhere to the home of the boss and baked bean, man, to get our guy on this show, man. What's up?
Y'all call me? What's good, fellas, man? Good, everybody. It's Monday. Y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know we about. I'm about to be in this some bullshit.
Facts. So, hey, everyone that's tapped in with us. So, this is the O.T.S.B.S show, and this is the only show where we talk about the bull sniggity in sports. So, it's definitely a lot of stuff going on in sports. So, we definitely gonna tap in. But, before we get things started, all our shows are interactive. So, if y'all got something to say, if y'all want to comment, even troll us, y'all definitely type it up, hit enter, and we'll post it and we'll comment on the show. So, how was your day today, man?
Man, typical Monday, man. Things kind of crazy, but your boy looking to get closer to that weekend. It's only 4 days away right now.
Now you getting all your sexy voice. I'm ready to get on down. Hold on. Talking to your mic, we can hear you. But yeah, you always say from Sunday, you start looking forward to the weekend.
Sunday afternoon, man. It's like, damn, gotta go back tomorrow.
You make me wonder how your Mondays are, man. Like,
Mondays suck, man. I'm gonna be real.
Monday.
But Monday nights is the best because it means we almost there now.
Hey. All right, so too, how was your Monday, man? Like, how did you Monday?
Monday was decent. It wasn't bad. Got an extra couple hours of work today, so I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Though they're gonna tax me off it, but now it was a solid day. I can't complain. Usually, like Coach said, Mondays are like, but it wasn't that bad today.
Yeah. Definitely give a shout out to, I see, Josh, he tapped in with us, baby. Shout out to Lil J. So if y'all tapped in, let us know who's in with us. New Orleans, we got New Orleans in the building. Harahan, we got Dallas. Is Dallas in the building?
Showed up. We see Marie Cruz.
Okay.
Triple D, baby.
Yes, sir. Where the beam at, man? We still waiting for the beam, man. There's been a lot of talk on
how the beam goes.
So I think y'all actually should be hiding, man, with this news that y'all trying to
chase your people away, man. What's up with that? See, we're on the same page. I saw that and I thought of you immediately.
What y'all talk about?
Yeah.
Y'all
talking about the Boston Celtics, man.
Hold on. Let me say this before we start. I'm gonna be on some bull sniggity with these Boston fans. Y'all telling me right now that y'all not gonna trade no wannabe Hall of Famers for a Hall of Famer? You better roll the dice.
Hall of Famer who's gonna quit on y'all in a year?
Boston's been playing this Monopoly game for years, waiting to get the right roster to win, and it's been 15 years since they won one. You gotta roll the dice. This is KD going to the prime stages, This guy is a solidified 5 guy in the league, top 5. And the Celtics are talking about not trading Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown. Didn't they learn about picks and their value a long time ago? Come on, man. Roll the dice. Get KD.
You're talking about a team that just went back to the finals. I mean, it went to the
got
finals.
to the finals after years of experiments and stuff, and now they think their experiment's gonna work. No, you roll the dice. You go get a mega star, and you make it go pop. You already got a.
Then you turn into LA.
God, come on, man.
All right, so definitely a shout out to Toya, man. We see Monroe's tapped in with us. Shout out to Monroe. You know, that's actually where my daughter's from. You know,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You know, so I feel some type of way. I got love for that. Grand family in the building.
They be coming for you already, man.
He's coming for me. He knows the truth. The Celtics haven't had a promising. The Celtics haven't had a promising star like this since probably KG, and that was via a trade. You got to see. Hold on. You got KG via trade. You won the NBA championship. A guy that was a top 5 player. You go get KD. You can only think that it could get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got KD, who's not as old health-wise as KG was. You know what I'm saying? Going to Boston. Like, come on, Boston. Y'all crazy.
KG was a dog, man.
And this is the, hold on.
He is not no dog.
That's a big difference, bro.
The Red Sox would have to go get that player. That's why the Red Sox got championships. And the Patriots tried a few times to go get some stars. You know, it didn't really work their way, but they tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotcha.
I don't know about all that, dog.
Yeah, well, you know, let's get this thing started. We got a lot of the topics going on. So, but hey, you know, if y'all got any topics y'all want to talk about, y'all can definitely type them up in the chat. And hey, you know what? We'll get them on the air and we'll respond. But this is the O.T.S.B.S show, man. So let's talk about the bullsniggity. What we got up, man?
First, we got old man in the house as a relative old man on the show. Get off my lawn. This is out to Big Ben complaining about college athletes getting these NIL deals. He sound like an old sourpuss.
Nah, hey, you know what? We got some teachers in the group. You know, definitely, I want our teachers to tap in because, you know, in my Mr. Parker voice, you know, hey, I don't like this. I don't. You know, I think kids should go there with their education first, and you know, who cares about name, image, and likeness but them? So, you know, we're making a college game about kids. So, you know, I don't understand it. So, you know, Till, what you think about this?
To be real, regardless if people don't like if these kids are getting paid or not, this is not what I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm going to talk about the coddled and the big words that Ben Roethlisberger tried to use in the article. Because if there's anybody that's being coddled and ever been coddled, it's you, Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? From Donald Trump. Hold on, from Donald Trump to the guy that you didn't mention in the article, Mike Tomlin. You know, in the organization of Pittsburgh, who coddled you throughout your whole career. Joe, the last 3 or 4 years, you should have been retired. And they gave you the benefit of the doubt. So when you talk about kids and talk about the bag that they're trying to produce, I feel like you're kind of player hating, Ben Roethlisberger. You just wish that at your time when you was playing that it was like this. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Roethlisberger doesn't have much to do nowadays with the retirement process going on. You know, you see a lot of guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and the rest of these guys getting contracts and deals and all that stuff with companies and commercials. And Ben Roethlisberger has nothing to do right now. So what does he do? Like everybody does, go on social media or go get an interview and preach about something that you have no control over, Ben.
I mean, shout out to Ben. You know, definitely give a shout out to Shula. She tapped in with us. She's part of our leadership team. We see her in the building with us. Yeah. But I mean, shout out to Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, he's doing what all vets and retirees do. They come back and, you know, they get back after they get out of the game and they sit back and see where they went wrong at. And they see, you know, where the game is going wrong. And that's what he's speaking on. He's speaking on, hey, you know what, these kids are not making it about the team. And it's honestly, it's bad because, you know, let's take it a step back. Before they get to college, they're going to have that issue in high school. Before they get to high school, they're going to have it in park ball. So the entire game is actually making a paradigm shift here for the worse. So that's why I'm like, at what point are we going to teach team ball? Because, you know, when I was a kid playing bitty ball, you know what, I went, played, shout out to Digby. I learned team basketball. That was the first place where I learned that it wasn't about me. So that's why I believe the actual game is going down, because now we're teaching these kids at an early age that the game is really about them. It's not about the team.
And this goes back to what I just said. Ben Roethlisberger for years was on that wave. He's seen players on his own franchise be that way. He's seen people in his own job space be like that. If Ben Roethlisberger was in this point in college, NIL money, we would not hear nothing. The fact that he did not get none of that cash in his heyday, and all older people feel a certain type of salty that they're not making none of this money. And you hear stuff like, childish shit. And these players, these high school players, didn't say, hey, this is going to happen to us. This is a union. And they vote on stuff like this. And it ultimately happened that these kids get paid now. After all the years of not getting paid, Daryl said, in his comment about some EA Sports deals, all that, they've been making money off them for years, making money off these kids for years. Why not get to get back? Why not get to get back? And Ben Roethlisberger, if anybody knows about get back,
this makes me feel like the WNBA.
Like you back on the field when you should have been grass, Ben Roethlisberger, and you got the nerve to be.
But hold on. How are we bringing up Donald Trump? We bringing up his, we bringing up Big Ben's like his trash, bro. Let's speak on the facts. Let's just speak on the facts.
Like babies. He used coddled and treated like babies. If anybody knows how to be treated like a baby and coddled, it's Ben Roethlisberger. He knows that for sure. So for him to even come out of pocket to even talk about this and back the education, when did anybody ever care about an athlete's education in school? That's playing football, basketball, any of that.
What? Wait, time out. Wait. The athlete never worried about or focused on the education. You know how many athletes I know that majored in general studies? What the hell is a general studies? These guys are not paying. They're not even caring about any type of education. They're not even going to the classes. That's starting.
When do they ever?
That's the problem. The athletes need to start focusing on education, not trying to get the bag. Because at the end of the day, if you get the bag and you don't know how to spend it, because I used to tell my students when I was teaching at Valina C. Jones in New Orleans, I was like, all you kids who used to think they're going to be Lil Tunechi, LeBron James, they don't know how many zeros in a million. So they're going to have to hire someone like me, and I'm going to take their money. That's the problem. That's the cycle.
The kid is still in school, though. It's not like the kids are taking the money and then dropping out of school. They're still enrolled in school. The only difference now in schools are kids get paid.
Enrolled in school, these kids are not showing up for class, bro. Like, come on, now let's keep it moving.
What do top flight athletes who show up to school in college? Just tell me.
That's the problem. You know what this really does, man? I don't listen to y'all talk about it.
Ben Roethlisberger wasn't skipping school. Ben Roethlisberger wasn't skipping sixth period to go get some nookie. You know what I'm saying? Before the football game.
He wasn't going to go get it. He was going to take it, but that's another story.
Exactly my point. So that's what I'm saying to Ben Roethlisberger. Like everything that he's lying in, it happened to him because guess what? He was a star in college. He was the guy that didn't have to go to class. He was the guy that got to sleep in late on a Friday and didn't have to do nothing. He was the guy on Saturday that still got to play regardless of what happened. So if he wants to change it, okay, I can agree with that. But at the end of the day, the way you're wording it, and I wasn't coddled and I wasn't this and that is bull and that's BS. On this BS show tonight, I love that this topic was brought up because, Ben, you are full of baloney.
Okay, so let me chime in here for 1 minute. So looking at it from the perspective of the student athlete, there was a lot of times where these kids, let's be real with it, a lot of times they make a connection with their coaches. These coaches can take another deal and be gone. New coaches come in, kids have to re-earn the scholarship all over again, or they might not even be in the plans. Then, you know what I'm saying, you got the option, you go to the transfer protocol. This kid having to start over again. The problem that I always had with it is the coaches can get up and they can leave it any time that they get ready, where the kids are stuck out in the dry. Second point is, a lot of times these kids, the guys that know for sure that they're going to the league, they're going to get taken care of by the boosters and whatnot. It's the other kids that's busting their ass every day. They are going to class, but guess what? They got to share top ramen with their roommates and stuff like that. They having to make ends meet. Those are the ones that were making a bigger benefit out of this. We need to look at it at a perspective of the universities making all this money off these kids back. They ain't seeing the dime. I believe it was Chris Webber said when he was in Michigan with the Fab Five, He said it hit him in the face when he went to McDonald's. He couldn't afford to even get a cheeseburger, but he sees a kid with his number 5 Michigan jersey on his back. That's what it pissed him off. It's not right for the kids.
What?
It's not right for the kids.
Okay, now watch. So, answer this. Does he have the money to make his own jersey?
What now?
No. At that point, we're talking about Chris Webber, right? He got mad because he seen someone in his jersey, right?
Right.
Okay. So, does he have the money to make his own jersey?
No.
Okay. So he needed a loan to get that, right?
Not really.
I mean, how? If he wanted to do it, or if he didn't have the means to do it, but he's speaking on the fact that an organization bigger than him did it for him. That's what I'm saying. He's speaking on the fact.
But the organization capitalized of his name, image, and likeness.
How?
This
By having but look what you just said. His jersey.
Right. His jersey.
No, I go buy a Saints shirt. It doesn't matter whose number it is. I'm gonna go buy the superstar, but I'm buying a Saints jersey. You buying a school jersey, just his number.
So you think kids back then just rocking number 5 Michigan jersey?
Do they rock a number 5 Michigan jersey now?
That's not.
Hey, I'm just saying, but that's the point. You're buying into the school, not the person. That's what. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, how about this?
Some people,
in college, they did not have the name of the players on the football jersey.
I can't let you do that.
Some, yeah. But to the point,
if you're buying a college
players buying the college jersey. They're not buying it because of the player. The only time the name, image, and likeness is actually being shown is in video games.
If you're a guy that's going to basketball games and you're buying college basketball jerseys, it's because you like that player. Nobody else is wearing
nothing to do with you like the player. Okay, so there's so many jerseys that have the number 1 right now. So many college jerseys have the number 1 with no name on them. Because there's you're buying the school.
So if you see a North Carolina number 23 jersey, who comes to mind? Football. Basketball.
Thank you.
Who comes to mind?
Thank you. You had to clarify. When you said North Carolina jersey, that's all I heard. But when you centralized and said who comes to mind.
Right.
Multiple people come to mind.
Just like a Michigan number 5 jersey at that time, Chris Webber.
Right, at that time. But now it's still a number 5 jersey. It's not a Chris Webber jersey.
Nah. I'm off. Hey, all you college athletes out there, I've been in the trenches with you. I know what you go through, man. It's grinding. Get your bread.
That's all character.
So
is he poor right now?
It's business. It's business.
By soliciting the university.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take this a step back. Now,
so if you weren't going to make any money, if you a big time recruit,
I love this. Shout out to Graham. Come on, I'm waiting for this.
If you're a big time recruit,
we're talking about Graham,
and the university comes and gets you, and they say, Mr. Parker, Uncle Leroy, because of what you can do for the university, we want to offer you this scholarship. We're going to bring you in to play this X amount of years with us. Mm-hmm. Fans get all excited. Oh, we got Uncle Leroy coming in. Ticket sales go up.
Because of me.
Yeah.
How can I prove this? What scalable data going to say that ticket sales are up because of me?
I can probably say because of the recruiting class, big business, right?
No, because of me right now. So I guess, in Texas A&M, the Aggies, they had money.
They got loan money.
Yeah, but I mean, they also
they got loan money?
They had the quarterback who used to do this, right?
Why they got loan money though?
Who was the quarterback who used to do this?
It ain't because of the science department.
And it wasn't because of one player. That's all I'm saying.
Player who's part of the system.
If your name's being rung on ESPN weekly, and that year, and that money's being generated, that's because of you. You on ESPN every week. They see
that's
you
because of the organization. You know what organized ball is? Organized ball means it's organized to make your strengths shine. That's it.
No. And we're talking about college. If you shine, if you at a good school and you shine, you on ESPN, boy, and you in the Heisman ranking the weekly, and you got a chance to, get that cream. And now you making money now. You making your due. So that's gonna make you, hopefully, shine much brighter.
I don't know. I still won't see about that. But let's take some of these comments. I see our chats blowing up. Let's see what we got up in the chats.
Daryl says studies in general. Toya says we have to teach education first. Most people see an athlete, student, and push sports.
I see an athlete, student, and push. Hey, you know what? He's not that. I mean, he didn't pay much attention in school. He focused on athleticism.
That's a stereotype.
You spoke about stereotype.
That's a stereotype.
That's what you said. Look up in the thing. You said that they don't have any major. That's what I'm saying. Like, so that's the stereotype. Yeah.
Actually, they can't do that anymore. Now, back in the day, you used to be able to. I'm just going to be general studies.
Right.
They have to declare major.
And now they're breaking that stereotype. That's all I'm saying. Like how because if you pull the major from every kid in the university, you see general studies, you'll be like, you know what? That's an athlete. That's an athlete. That's an athlete.
Generally speaking, that's a stereotype,
but no, that's a box. Y'all put yourselves in.
No.
How?
My first two majors, I was communications major and I was accounting major. You would not be able to tell I was an athlete.
and that's what I'm talking about, because you went on education first.
I went to that school because my boys, hey, let's go there and try to get on this team. I went because of football.
Yeah, but once and when I was in the band, I went there for the band. That's what got me there. I got an education, I got a scholarship and went there on the band. But what I did when I got the scholarship was on me. And that's what I'm saying. You can't say the organization, the school is supposed to pay you and give you the opportunity. Because that's what you're getting. You're getting the opportunity to be more successful than what you were.
Not necessarily.
What?
Not necessarily.
How? The SEC is better than every high school you can play for.
Why are they better?
Oh, here we go.
Why are they better?
Because of the system. They're faster. They have more money to recruit.
Why do they have more money to recruit? We're going to take this ball together.
No, I'm trying to see where you're going at, because we have LSU. They have money. They have Booster Club. They have money.
Booster Club. So again, it goes back to my statement I made about 5 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. These boosters see this recruiting class that's coming in. They don't be like, well, I'm just a diehard UT fan. Right. No.
What?
What's going to happen is if you get the right recruit, other recruits going to see this. UT, they had an all right recruiting season coming into the sign.
What you talking about, UT?
You talking about UT?
Okay.
One player can change the whole narrative of UT.
So how about the coach when they had, one big, big name coach? Okay, so for instance, Jackson State.
Okay.
Who changed the culture there? Was it the players or was it the system, the coach?
The coach.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. And in HBCUs, I can only speak on HBCUs. And
they can leave though.
And at Grambling State University, the band made more money than the football team.
That's an oddity.
What?
That's an oddity.
Hey, I'm just saying.
That's an oddity.
I'm just saying, because you know what the football team does? They cut class. They major in general studies, and they expect. That's what I'm telling you. They expect the money. No, they don't expect money. Other extracurricular activities like the band, we actually have to go out and put in work. We have conventions, we have parades that we have to go and generate money. So speaking from someone that comes from and where we don't have this, you know what, we're getting this funding for our athletic program. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like the WNBA. Y'all trying to compare y'all situation worse than the NBA. Y'all got a good situation going.
Before the culture changed, though, no. But before the football culture changed in the HBCUs, the bands were the football. Are you kidding me?
They were. We're going to revisit it in about 5 years.
Circles and say all
that. The momentum that they have to see where it's going to be.
Y'all were the football. Y'all didn't have to go out and make no money. None of the money was coming to y'all. When you turn on HBCUs, what you see first?
I'm telling you facts. You speaking what you see on TV.
And then
see the band first.
And then shut that noise all up. You hear about HBCUs now. You hear about football now.
No. But like I said, you see the band, and that's how I feel. You know what? How y'all feel that everyone came to see the football team?
I
feel like they came to see us,
and that's an oddity.
No,
if you go to I guarantee you sat down and take a poll.
Ohio State have the number one band, have a great band.
But people ain't going to Ohio State to watch the band. They're going to watch the dude that's going to be playing on Sundays.
And why is that? System. That's because of the university choose to highlight what? I'm just saying.
All it takes is one player to change the whole narrative of your school.
Hold on. Hold on. All right. So marching, that shows more of a sign of education than football, or is that a sign of music? The music wave, and some people in the music wave don't even have their educations and all that. They just jump right into it. I don't get the logic of what you're trying to blend in, but overall, these kids deserve to be paid.
I agree with you too. These kids do deserve to be paid.
They need a paycheck?
Yeah.
On what? For doing what?
Do you know what the schedule looks like for a student athlete?
I'm asking you to do. Asking for what? What do you need a paycheck for?
Because it's a job.
Oh,
It's a job.
going to class, being a student is a job as well, but they're not doing that.
No.
So my thing is, if you're going to pay these kids,
They're doing that.
They're paying
and
them for
some.
name, image, and likeness. They should be paying them for education and milestones that they're hitting in their educational background. This is what I'm saying. The whole league is going down.
Now,
Now
the
you're
school
focused
making
on money.
millions of dollars
Y'all
off these kids.
you're focusing on how? Tell me right now, one person, because we're speculating. So right now, one person that the university made without Tim Tebow, you can't say Tim Tebow, that they made $1 million or made any money on.
One person that made it?
Tell me one person.
The head coaches.
No, one player. Sorry, one player.
Reggie Bush.
Well, they didn't make that money before, but they just now getting paid.
But
last year, you had a high school student that left early from South Lake before he even took it down at Ohio State. He was paid $1 million. Ewers. He's at UT now.
He's a player?
He's a player.
Oh, okay. And how you got this money?
Because his name, image, and likeness.
And where is he at now?
At UT. And he can give even more money there.
And that's my point.
Nah.
You're talking about money to college kids. We're overshadowing education.
Nah.
No, I'm gonna say it like this. Nope, I'm gonna say it just like this.
Hold on for a minute too. If education was really that important, why do you see now these NFL players? They've been out of the league 10, 15 years, and such just got his bachelor's degree. Those kids didn't go to school to do that. They went to school to try to capitalize and be able to change their family narrative by putting in the work, hopefully getting drafted, and getting their payday.
Putting in the work. These kids are not putting in the work with general studies as their major. I don't get that.
They don't have to. They can't do general studies.
And that I only can speak on those honors athletes because to me, that's the ones who put in the work. If you just come into class, come to school at the end of the day just in time for practice, what are you doing? You taking advantage of the system. That's all that sounds like.
Hold on. They took advantage of the system by pitting all these kids on live on Saturdays or all these local stations where they're making cake. Well, guess what? I'm going to say this. If they playing me, I'm old, so I probably won't be live playing sports, but my kids, if they got my kids playing live on any station, they better be paying my kids. And that's what they're doing right now, paying my kids. If you got the guts to put me on live television in front of all these millions of people to make me look behind if I look like an ass on the field, then I deserve to be paid. The same way if I went over there and I had 5 touchdowns, I deserve to be paid.
Daryl wants to know, are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I want to know, Daryl, why would I not be?
It sounds like you got some animosity towards the football team.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just like, because you got to understand, like, I sat in the band and watched these guys. And yes, I do have animosity because you know what? Right now, these guys are in a prime situation because I watched a lot of football players drive around in, who was draft ready, drive around in new cars, new Cadillacs, DTS, new Mercedes, and all of this stuff. And they get there and they fail.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. So what's the likelihood?
How did they get those items?
But your point is, you said these kids don't get paid.
No, they don't. Those are the ones who are more than likely going to play on Sundays. Mm-hmm. But the kid who barely gets any playing time, he's going to class every day, he's staying late for practice. Because the typical college athlete, your day starts at 6 a.m. and it probably ends at midnight, Monday through Friday.
Okay, you want a cookie?
No, I want to get paid for it.
What? Well, bad people want to get paid.
Go get paid. You know what's going to happen?
Everybody get paid.
Exactly. That's what he says.
Everybody get paid.
Then watch the band start getting paid. We're like, when's my time?
And then the tennis players gonna get paid. And then the golfers gonna get paid.
And they should.
Hell no.
Yes, they should.
And then there won't be any institution.
So a coach is worth $3-4 million a year.
Is a building worth that much?
Depending on who's paying for it.
How much
and what's in it. That's the whole thing. You
exactly. And the coach getting that money. Only reason because
the coach is getting a headache. The coach got to deal with all these people. The player only has to deal with
head coach ain't got to deal with nothing. His assistants put in all the work. Man, these comments are flying out here tonight. Joshua said, "Man, ain't no one wearing an LSU jersey just to wear an LSU jersey. It's all about the star player of that year."
He knows that. Wants to have fun.
Because at the end of the day, like that. If there's so to his point, if there's a college team that has no stars, Then why you bought what you buying jerseys for?
They gonna need Deion Sanders.
Is the college team not getting any stars?
No. Because okay, now watch this. If the college team is not promoting their stars, because that's the whole thing. Like Leonard Fournette, he was one of the top. He was one of the top. He was a star at LSU right there, right? But they also had a great wide receiver. They also had a pretty good quarterback. What about these guys? What about Jamarcus Russell?
What about?
Hey, he was a flop.
He was a flop, but he got paid
in the NFL, but he didn't have any of that in LSU.
So you think he got paid at LSU?
Hey.
No, but he got paid on the tech. So here's the thing.
That's the thing, to your point. All the people that you know who's going to get paid. That's the same ones who are going to get paid.
They keeping those kids, man. Because back, I'm finna tell you. So if you're a booster and you come to me and you say, hey, you know what? I like what you're doing for the team, sure. Here's a little extra bonus, which Luke Campbell did back in the day with Miami. Here's a little extra cash for the plays you did today. Right. Something happens, all of a sudden you fall out of favor with that booster. Guess what that booster going to do? Because the booster is not subjected to the to the NCAA rules, but that player can be suspended because that booster can dime them out at that point in time.
You know,
now with the NIL deals, they can't hold that over those kids' heads.
And that's the NCAA's fault. That's the NCAA's fault because you know what they should have did? They should have let the boosters do what they do with the player, and that was it. And the NCAA was like, okay, this booster want to give him a couple dollars for having a good game. Okay, now you got to have the NIL deals. And now the music coming off the stack. Hey, but guess what? Money's printed for free. Somewhere in this world, they keep saying that people, this people much money. No, money's printed for free. So they don't care nothing about money because money going to keep coming and going.
Money's printed for free? Oh, wow.
Money no. I'm talking about printing. I'm talking about them printing money. The government printing money out. That's free.
Money ain't printed for free, man. Where you get that from?
Yeah, it does. It causes inflation. We should know about that right now. But that's another story.
How we get all those? How they get all those stimulus checks out? Money ain't free.
Yeah, we paying for it now.
Thank you. I'm about to say, see the gas prices.
I said,
man, look, I'm paying about $10 for a dozen of eggs, man. Come on, man. We paying for that.
$50 bills free. They don't pay for that.
Daryl said that the player success is what brings more money to the school. So as long as they are winning, they will grow and get better players to make more money. That part. System only works because of the players that they get.
Jackson State. So I just watched, what was it, BET? Pete Diddy just gave Jackson State $1 million. I guess that was because of, what is it? Because of their players. Pete Diddy couldn't name one of their players.
So now using an upstart university.
Hey, no, wait.
So who is considered right now as the greatest?
Valid,
Okay. I'm gonna give you another example. Who is considered as the greatest college football coach that we've seen in modern era?
The guy from he's at Alabama, Nick Saban.
Okay. What was he at before that?
LSU.
What was he at before that?
I have no idea because he only came on the radar when he got to LSU.
What? And what is LSU known for? Getting talent on that campus. Those players.
No. Not before Nick Saban. Nick Saban started LSU uptick because we had no world champion, nothing. We had no national championship before that. No, we had none of that. Nick Saban started that.
Who was it? Who was his quarterback when that started?
Who cares?
No, you know who it was. You know who it was. Somebody that was an NFL flop was his quarterback. And because of that success, you got a good player in there. He jumped it out for you, and then what they do, other kids, that's why Alabama is always number one open every season. Because all these players know, if I go to Alabama, they're gonna get the best players. And they're always we always got a chance to compete for a national championship. We also know season number one. That's because of the players. The NCAA is not, the coaches poll and whatnot, they're not looking at Nick Saban's system's looking good this year. We're gonna put them number one. They're gonna be like, no, they got A, B, and C players.
Okay, watch this. To your point. So if you're a good running back, where you gonna go? That's a lot of good running backs come from Alabama.
Right now?
I'm just saying, Alabama produce a lot of good running backs, right?
Yeah,
that's the system. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, LSU, good running backs, you want running back, a lot, defense, a lot of that comes from LSU, just like Ohio State, Clemson. It's the system that you gotta come from.
Okay, so
and the scheme that they run at these systems.
So you just name running backs go to where?
I just Alabama.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They produce a lot of good
DBs go to.
We got from LSU. Yeah, got a lot of good DBs. And
they got what? They got what?
A lot of good DBs.
A lot of good DBs.
Yes.
The players. They saying this player
the system.
No,
and the system.
I believe that the players make the system.
Who was this we interviewed? Because they say once you get to LSU, they change your position. So if you a running back, they will put you at defensive back. So that's not even your position.
No,
so they're developing you.
No. I'm just saying. What position did Fournette play in high school?
Hey, I'm just saying, bro. I know Fournette. We can get him on the show, and I can.
What position did he play? He played running back in high school. So you think it's gonna come and say, Leonard, we want to move you to linebacker?
But they've done that to other players. But that's what I'm saying. That's the system. You go there saying that you want this, and they put you at something.
You know why they do that? Because they usually like the Alabamas, the LSU, the Ohio State. They like 4 deep.
I know that's the point.
Because everybody knows if I go there, I'm going to have a chance to go to the league. The only way you're going to do that is you got to have the caliber of player there.
Exactly, man. Pay these plays, man. Pay these plays. The boosters can go give them an extra couple dollars on the re-up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way the game goes. That's how the game's supposed to have been going. But the NCAA one messed it up by having their own little rule. Oh, yeah. And suspend players. You know what I'm saying? They're getting money from boosters. All right. Well, guess what? The boosters win. The players win. You know what I'm saying? The NCAA, they got to find their ways to stay relevant, and this is why in the NCAA football range, they combining all these teams together, you know what I'm saying, trying to make fireworks happen. You know what I'm saying? They always got something up their sleeve to try to stay in the game, but right now, you got to let the young guys and the young girls get paid. Get that
so,
paid.
I'm actually, before we, just shout out to Tori. She said she agreed that, the football team and the band should have the same opportunity. Now, granted, like I said, I was involved in this. What's kind of jacked up is, hey, the football team, they don't have a budget to get their buses to the games. So, in a lot of teams need the budget. What do you think y'all get y'all budget from? Football players. A lot of, what do you think that athletic comes from? Some,
ticket sales.
Ticket sales?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna tell you where it comes from.
Do you know how many hands is in the ticket sale? So, okay, you say it's tickets, right? So, admissions and tickets, right? That's admissions, right? Admissions in there. Student life, that's getting out of that pot. There's a lot of people that getting in that pot. So, how does the football team generate money?
Well, it was somebody like Alabama, LSU, UT especially. The ticket sales from that football program is what drives other parts of the athletic department.
Now I can see scholarships. A lot of ticket sales go to scholarships as well. So
facilities as well.
But I'm just saying. So you think that the transportation of the football team comes from, and transportation, scholarship, and all of the training equipment comes from ticket sales?
In a sense. Or
no. You know where they come from? They come from all these games that are free on Saturdays and they don't get paid for, and all these.
My God!
From all these other.
And I'm not hearing about transportation. You're a prestige college or a prestige conference. That ride is on the house.
They are lined up to say, you know what? Use our busing service.
On a star, no matter who you are.
Will says the NIL did not remove boosters' influence at all. It just hid it better. Basically, a cash business now, like laundering money. No, that was before the NIL deal. That stuff's on record now. I've known people. I ain't throwing nobody on the bus. I was at a Division II school. They would go pick up money from the offices, a suitcase full of cash. This at a Division II school. But now with the NIL deals, they paying taxes on this stuff now. Before, it was cash underneath the table.
Yeah, I mean, and we had a booster club at Grambling, and Grambling is known for the band. So I've rubbed shoulders with some of the guys, and we got guys who graduated from HBCU who owns a Bentley, dealership. So, like you're saying, the opportunities are there, but it was a cash business. And so, now with this NIL deal, I think it's just going to, I just don't like where it's going to. Ben Roethlisberger's statement, it's taking the focus off the bigger institutions. Because, like I said, to me, when I wanted to play sports originally, it was to one, get tougher, and two, to learn something bigger than myself, to actually be on a team. So, where are we going to go back and actually learn those values? Because we know what money brings.
Things change, man. That's why they called it for the NCAA to get this man. They don't need them no more.
You know what teach those values? The people at home growing up, they teach those values. Your parents teach those values. Your parents teach those values. Ain't no goddamn college football.
Well, he cracked up over here, man.
Wait, bro, you said people at home. I'm a teacher.
Most of these kids coming to college anyway.
I have a strong dislike.
Most of these kids that go into college anyway probably been skipping school forever, and then they go to college and they got a chance to get a degree when they ain't really smart. Really, come on, you go figure. It's a whole scale anyway. Call the whole scale. Why not get paid?
All right, so before we take our quick break, let's see what we got on. What comment we got up there?
This is a shout out to Derek. Said Boston University had a whack football program for years, and they couldn't recruit good players. They eventually shut down the football program. Me too, and people from my neighborhood probably saw the absolute last football game at BU.
Okay, hey, so he mentioned Boston, right? So shout out to Fred. He's in our group. His son just got a basketball scholarship out there to Boston College, Boston University. And was it the money or was it all? They said that it was the opportunity, it was the support that the school gave and the coach gave to their kid. Because back in the days, I thought, hey, you know what? Like you were saying, they go to these different schools for bigger opportunities. When is that? And now we're saying they go to these schools for bigger money. It's just going to bring bigger issues. That's all.
No. You said he just got. Hold on. You just said the homie's son just got recruited to a school in Boston, either BU or BC. You know why he
Boston
went there?
College. Sorry, Boston College.
He went there for the bag. He went there for the bag, and he ain't gonna say it yet. But when BC holds that NIL money in their hand, that's why he came there. Because nobody go to BC nowadays for anything. They don't even recruit people in the city of Boston. So if they recruit somebody from out there, that's me. Everybody has a price for the $1 million team.
It shows the talent level coming from Boston in basketball.
$1 million team.
Hey, shout out to these next two comments. We're going to look at it and we're going to get ready to take our first break for the night. But kind of making a point. So Daryl says, better the team, the more people want to associate with the team. The more admissions they get year over year, the more money the college makes.
Now you're talking.
But that's because of the team.
No.
Oh my God!
I was in a band. You can't listen. Y'all keep honing in on the team. I was in a band. That's the X factor. Like I say, the band was the #1 moneymaker at Graham for a long time.
That's at Graham.
It's at multiple universities.
No, not no band. Not no band.
At Florida.
Okay, so now at Florida. Okay, so here's the thing.
Raptors.
There's all the HBCU teams.
Florida A&M.
That's HBCU teams. You know why? Because the talent wasn't there. Because all the talent was going to the school that played on TV.
Okay, well now let's talk about the HBCU now. We're gonna open up that door because HBCUs was the powerhouse at one point.
Back in the 60s.
That's my point. So they was a powerhouse.
Because of talent.
Now they shifted towards the band.
But it's going back towards the players now.
Hey,
it's going back towards the players now.
It's the system.
But like Daryl said, everybody who's like UT, A&M, LSU, you know what? They want to go hang out with the football team. They want to go hang out with the basketball team. That's why the admission goes up. Your school is winning. You want to be a part of that. And then we got this comment from Will. He said the players deserve the money. This is a valid point. This is why they changed it twice now. The players deserve the money. Every other person at any college not playing a sport can go make money in their field while going to school. So why shouldn't the players
go make money in their field?
Yeah.
Wait, you talking about in co-ops and internships or work study?
Either or.
You're not making much money,
but you're making some money.
You're not making no money.
But you're making some money.
Okay, and football players are getting a stipend too.
Not all of them.
See, here we go. No, I said football players are getting a stipend. That's a true statement.
Not all of them.
Everybody in college. If you got financial aid, you get a stipend.
Hey, that's for you right there.
So what did he say?
He said, Lord have mercy. He is so stuck on the band.
Yes, because y'all gonna learn today the importance of the band.
He says, man, if you don't get off this drumline movement.
Hey, that's how I feel about y'all football players.
And he says,
who wants to be pacified? That's all I'm saying.
No.
What?
Don't be pacified.
What?
Don't want to be
Hey,
pacified.
okay. If everyone was there for the football,
Now you sound like Big Ben.
Hey.
Get off my lawn.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
Hey, man, we all know Big Ben. He probably should not have been the voice to come out with
that is
this.
true because we know
He got character issues. But at the end of the day, it's all just.
Yes, sir.
Man. Y'all doing it tonight, man. Y'all are hanging out with your boys. Y'all doing it tonight. We're going to take our first break for tonight. Y'all hold on to your bus. We'll be back about 15, 20. I'll let your boys just like that. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
Man, that was a good first segment, man. This is getting better and better, man. Okay.
Definitely. We just want to let you know, Chris Vic, that we don't appreciate your comments. You know, you got to come in here and praise and acknowledge that when you say any crazy comments. Appreciate you, man. We know you're our number one fan, but come in here and acknowledge us and be more polite.
Quit doing that bingo stuff. So speaking of stuff, so this next one is interesting. I didn't even think about this thing, but I see a theme tonight. It's another college story. This one is death penalty 2.0. This is speaking to the Tennessee football team. Some people are calling that they should be getting the death penalty for allegedly paying recruits, if history is any type of indication. So they in quite a bit of trouble if somebody calling for the death penalty. We've only seen it one time in college football history. And to this day, they still haven't recovered from it. And that was SMU. So, two, let me ask you, sir. You seem to be the voice of reason tonight.
Gonna learn today.
So they're saying they have, and I remember too, they kind of, I think before the current coach they have now, they had gotten like a slap on the wrist. They supposedly investigated themselves, and then they said, whatever issues we had, we found the issues, we fixed the issues, and we're gonna slap ourselves on the wrist, kind of put themselves on probation. But it seemed like they probably did a little bit more covering up from that investigation, and more is coming to light. So, how you feeling about that, man? You think they should get the death penalty? Because they supposedly, they got more issues than Ole Miss did, which had 21 violations. So for them to be called for the death penalty, it's got to be pretty bad and substantial findings.
One question I may not know: did Ole Miss get the death penalty as well?
No, they didn't.
Hey, okay, so this makes my argument even more clear. I don't think so. In this world of NIL and all that, in this world, they're selling people's quarries, you know what I'm saying, giving people more opportunities, better opportunities. I think they should just let this go. I think you should have it on a clean slate. Why would the SEC want to deal with something like this? They want to establish their conference. They want to expand their conference. Let Tennessee off the hook. They're not going to be one of the top 4 teams in the division anyway. The division is stacked now, so they're going to be at the bottom of the bottom, so they're going to talk about them anyway. The only time they're going to talk about is when Peyton Manning highlights get revisited or played. Or Alvin Kamara, you know what I'm saying, retires and they show him in the Tennessee uniform. Like, it doesn't really matter.
It might be sooner rather than later.
It's definitely up into the NCAA. Now, if it was a big fish, maybe, but this small fish in Tennessee, it's not worth it. It's like a squid.
Okay, so let's look at this. So they had 18 NCAA violations. They doubled what Ole Miss paid out. They supposedly paid out $60,000 in cash and gifts. It was so bad that during the COVID, when there wasn't supposed to be any type of visits going on, they had allegedly hosted at least 6 recruits and their families on 9 unofficial visits.
That's what people do.
Huh?
That's what people that become broke do. That's what people in teams that are terrible do. Terrible teams like Tennessee, that's what they do. They try to get recruits so much that they're giving them money. They're just giving out money to still lose. Like, you give out money, win. You know what I'm saying? You pay to win, but ultimately they're paying to, I don't even know in this case, you know, they should be in the ACC with BC. You know, so BC can play.
They've been having issues with this because, you know, they were talking about that when Kamara was at Tennessee. Yeah. But, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think this is actually, because right now, you know, let's not forget that, you know, there's a big shakeup in the SEC and all these conferences, these big powerhouse conferences. And I believe that, you know, hey, they just putting this, you know, because people been doing dirt. If we just not find out about it, it's been going on and they just pissed off the wrong person, I say. So I think that, you know, Tennessee might be on their way out of the SEC.
Devin Vanderbilt. But shout out to Will, said, listen, imagine cheating like that and still not winning.
That's my point. Like, they're not winning nothing. Then you haven't heard about Tennessee in forever. Like, man, like, let them go.
But if I'm not mistaken, they just signed, even though, you know, he can change his mind, but this might hurt him, the top recruit for the class of 2023 at quarterback. Some kid out of Cali. Now, if they have the possibility of getting a death penalty, he sees that, he's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And they're going to be old Tennessee again. You got to keep in mind, Tennessee ain't really did nothing. Their most successful season was after Peyton Manning left.
They still get to play, right?
Say again?
They still get to play.
Yeah, but with the possibility of some type of...
Right, but with the NIL now, and if that guy's a top recruit, he's going to get cash. So this is now going to be more meaningful for people to play, even on bids. Because at the end of the day, you still get...
he going to dip. He going to dip.
I mean, he does have... You do have a point, too. Because, you know, like... Because if they're focusing on the player, you know, and it's based on these markets because, you know, like, let's say, for instance, in Oklahoma, you know, they're, you know, okay, they're in Oklahoma where there's no one there. So, of course, you know, that market, that closed market, they might get to deal with the car dealership or whomever. But, you know, they're going to be able to get more money at a small, you know, in a school, like in an area, in a city that doesn't have a lot of schools in it, to me. So, to your point, I mean, you know, even though the school might be trash, he's going to come there and make a lot of money. So, why would he leave?
Because it can hurt his. So if he comes in, they got this hanging over here. Now he may say, but some of the other recruits could leave, and then he's gonna be playing with guys he probably didn't expect to be playing with, which means the quality of the product on the field is going to be Purdue, which means the team's going to probably suck. Which also goes into the point of unless he just balls out and he just stands head above shoulders, which that's a lot.
But how about
it can hurt his draft status?
Agreed.
But how about if they're able to not have solid seasons, but you know, to get in the bowl game, technically you only need like 5-6 wins. Even if they don't go to the bowl and they win 5 to 6, 7 games, I mean, and their quarterback at least legitimately does his thing, he's still gonna be looked at regardless if he's playing in the BCS Bowl or the Tires Central Bowl. What does it really matter? Or no bowl.
I have to disagree with you on that because a lot of, especially the quarterbacks, you know, they got that rating score that they have to go by. So I mean, it actually varies. I mean, especially in the SWAC, they don't look at, you know, they don't get a lot of looks like Devontae Kincaid. You know, shout out to Paso. These guys came from Grambling, and you know, it was hard for them to get in the NFL.
Yeah, it's hard for them to get in that Grambling University, that Grambling College. That's why we're talking about the guys at Tennessee. Even if he gets drafted in the third round,
all the best athletes is in the band.
That is true. That is true. But I'm talking about to the point what you did.
Anyway, nowadays, second, third round, like, you know what I'm saying? You look
to your point, you said that, you know, they're not at all these schools that, you know, they will still get looked at. And I'm saying, like, no, they won't. If they're not at a certain program, they won't get looked at.
Him at Tennessee.
What comes out of you know, Tennessee? No one.
If he's a top, if
it's been a while since they called that.
If he's a top recruit and he's balling, him individually is balling. Doesn't matter what school he's at. If he's a top recruit all year round, and then he goes to college and he continues to ball out, regardless of how bad his team's whack, he's gonna be still on the radar because he's still doing his thing, regardless of what school he's at. He's already on that radar before he goes to college.
But he might be hurt if he's the only guy on the team.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting like the number 150 ranked defense left tackle. I mean, he getting blindsided and depleted on a regular basis.
Right.
Will says that the death penalty is extreme, especially when other teams get caught up and down, don't get hit, and then don't get hit with it. SMU was legit winning, facts, and getting everyone. An example had to be made of them. Yeah, SMU was probably a bad example.
Talk.
They was in.
You get all that.
The governor.
You're winning. You're doing all that. They had to make an example out of them. They're getting recruits. They're paying people money, and they're winning football games. They're robbing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, Tennessee was winning and all that. Tennessee would have been fried. But since they're not doing nothing, and nobody talks about them in the SEC, they're not happening. Let that go. Let them fly.
I think they will. It's like you all say, it is Tennessee at the end of the day. No one cares. I think it was Will or Daryl said, it was Will. He said, give them a 4-year playoff win and no one would notice. That's true.
Look at this. Kentucky's a team potentially that people will be probably talking about in the SEC this coming football season. You know what I'm saying? So imagine 10 years ago when we talk about Kentucky, we'll be talking about Tennessee, but we can't. That's the thing about Tennessee. We're talking about Kentucky.
Yeah, that's true. That's but if they do, I agree they should leave them alone. Mm-hmm. We can agree on that one subject tonight.
Because, I'm waiting to throw, okay, hey, who's buying Tennessee jerseys?
People in Tennessee?
Yeah, people in Tennessee.
Is it so I guess it's one person.
All
the jerseys.
Well, right? if this top recruit comes in, it's going to be his jersey number. You can put that. He would have won his argument both times. He brought it up if he just said hats. You got to remember in college, they sell sweatsuits, they sell sweaters, they sell hats. So you said they wore a hat, you wouldn't know who the player is for the hat because that's true.
And that's what they block in that individuality once they get into the NFL and the NBA. So yeah, I'm gonna go buy. But I like to prove a point when other people say what should have been said. So thank you.
Man, what it is, but hey, got a Yankees hat. It's not sitting or judge. It's not sitting or judge. It's the Yankees.
But anyway, this shit, that shit is all some bull. I'm telling you, like that makes me laugh. I just be rolling watching that.
It cracks me up every time, man. But we're gonna take our last break for tonight. Y'all hold on to your butts. We be back. What we say around these here parts? About 15, 20. Hold on. We'll be right back.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Back up in this bad boy. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight on the O.T.S.B.S show. Show you right. We got a last topic for the night. Two, I'm sorry, man. I thought about you when I looked at this. We talked about it a little bit, but can't be a show without us. We don't have a little bit of LeBron.
Thank you. You always say, "Oh, I like LeBron," but you bring it up.
I like kicking the cage, man. Hey, man, shout out to L Boogie, man. He doing this thing. But I think last Wednesday night on the Nothing But Basketball show, make sure y'all tune in on Wednesday nights with that. We talked about supposedly AD, LeBron, and Westbrook all got together on the phone call, sung some Kumbaya songs, and everything was cool. Now, another report has come out saying that LeBron really is showing his true feelings to other people, and he doesn't want to play another season with Westbrook. So, as the resident Lakers fan on here tonight, how you feeling about that, man?
Damn, man, LeBron does not want to play a Russell no more. It's gotten to the point where LeBron, like Ben Roethlisberger's been coddled and gets whatever he wants, and now he's taking everything he wants, and then you want to come to the media, you want to talk to Zach Lowe out of all people. Well, guess what, LeBron? You're not getting what you want, and guess who'll be playing with you beside you next year? Russell Westbrook, and I hope he makes your life a living hell in the best possible way Laker Nation can ask for. You know why? Because we're sick and tired of what LeBron wants. This league for the last 20 years has been what LeBron wants, and this is a new generation. It's not what LeBron wants.
They're going to come for you, though.
I'm not mad LeBron played on the basketball team that I root for. I'm not mad at anything LeBron has done on the court since he's been here in Lakeland. He's been an outstanding citizen. He's been an outstanding basketball player. He's been a whole career. But when it comes to this, I want this, I don't want that, we don't want to hear that. We hear it from our kids and things like that. We don't want to hear you talking about, I don't want to play with this person. When you literally last year was just sitting here hugging this man, having champagne and Brugal, and wanted him to be a Laker. Don't be mad because you jumped the wrong looking and got jumped. And now reality kicks in, and now you don't want to play with this man. That's what LeBron. I hope Genie Bus and the Lakers organization say, screw you. You're playing with whoever we want. The owners need to start taking control back of this basketball league that we talk about.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
No, let me talk. Let me speak.
Wrong one. Wait. Stop the record. Cut the bull sniggity right
No, there ain't no bull sniggity.
Wait, no. You can't say it's a owners league or a systems league in this way, and then in college football say it's a players thing. Hold on, player.
No.
Will said what Daryl said.
Players get paid
Two ain't telling no lies. No, Two is contradicting himself, and you are too.
No. The players
get paid. There was a dunk over there. There was a dunk over here.
The owners take the league back in terms of what these players they want too much. The players in college football didn't ask for this NIL money. They voted on the board against this. You know what I'm saying? With no players on the board. There's no players on the board in college football. There's players on the board in the NBA. And that's why the players got control right now over the owners. The owners need to say, kick that. We don't want nobody playing on the board. And if they do, you want to get somebody that's not Chris Paul, not David Fisher, somebody that's not smart, and get control back in the NBA. What's happening right now is LeBron and the rest of these NBA guys who probably didn't finish a year of college or two is outsmarting y'all owners right now who probably graduated with 4-year degrees in basketball and all that. Y'all should be a damn shame of yourselves in the way it's being ran right now by these players. But hey, I support the players because at the end of the day, I watch the players. I don't watch the owners, but the owners own the teams. They should get the control back. That's all I'm saying.
So, too, I'm
done.
That was very animated of you, man. So I'm in agreement with you, but you as a Laker fan, it sounds like you're tired of the LeBron antics.
What I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It happens to happen in Lakeland, so my team has to be talked about in this light. I'm sick and tired. I just want to watch the NBA. I need to watch the NBA. Just want to see players play. Nobody want to see a player every day talk about I want to be traded. I want to go there. I want to go to the
So I'm stretching back because you really
go to Orlando. Anybody that wants to leave their team before they contract expires should go to Orlando, Washington, Toronto, Utah, Portland. They should all go there. They should all get trade packages to go there because I'm sick and tired of them crying and then want to go to where they want to go to try to chase a ring or something.
No, chase a bag, like you said during the.
Go chase a ring. Go chase a ring.
So with these kids coming out of college with the same rhetoric right here, they got the same rhetoric that you're saying is tarnishing the game in basketball. They're coming out of high school with this. So do you think it's going to get better?
In the NBA, yeah. Once they have this next year and the owners feel like they need some like that,
they're going to have a whole class of people that feel like players that feel like LeBron.
We already there.
Thank you. And I mean, and it shows right now because, you know, once
NBA.
again, everyone is all over the place. It's either you're going to be an athlete. I always say when I'm playing, you know, NBA 2K or something, I'm like, look, bro. And they start complaining like, you can't be the player and, you know, you can't play the game and be the referee to call it. And that's what these guys are doing. These players, they're playing the game, and then as soon as their season's over, they're becoming an analyst. Like, the whole game is becoming about money.
Me from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? I agree with some people. I do have LeBron fatigue, but he picked this team. This is the team he put together. I'll make him sit and sit in it.
I like that. I like the fact, honestly, I'm going to be real. I like the fact that athletes in the NBA, athletes in the league are able to come on television and antique the game. I'm happy for that because once upon a time, you know, myself, you know, I went to college for communication and I had dreams of one day being on your local station and talking sports. I'll be there in a couple of years. We'll all be there in a couple of years. But anyway, besides the point, when players get this type of opportunity, it shines away from what they know these other analysts on television are. They looking up the same information as us. Now, if you get players from the NBA to come in here and critique the game, it looks much better on the show product. And that's what's going on right now. It looks
much better. I mean, it only adds another because at the end of the day, you know, when everyone was throwing darts at me, it was my perception of y'all football players. That's the whole thing. So you bring these people that was in the game, and so now they're actually giving you an in-game, you know, perspective. But I mean, like, what is it? I know you shoot 30 shots, you know, for practice. Let's say I know you shoot 30 shots for practice. You know, what type of insight are they giving? So what I'm saying is you can't be an analyst and observe the game and be a player at the same time.
No, you absolutely can be an analyst at the same time because what they're doing. Your Stephen A. Smiths and your Skip Baylesses and your Shannon Sharps, they going on there, giving their little bit of things, and they're bashing players. These players that they're bringing on, these athletes players, they have in their mind, they can't go on air and bash players unless you're Patrick Beverly or somebody. But for the most part, most of the guys that come on there are not bashing any NBA players. They're keeping it as real as it is. And unlike a Stephen A. Smith or somebody that's paid to go do that, they're keeping it so the shows can be viewed in better lighting instead of being viewed as I don't want to watch this because Stephen A. He got his headlines receded, or I don't want to watch Mad Dog, or this and that. That's why they bring these athletes on here. That's why they bring the athletes on here. That's why I like the modern day athlete going on and critiquing the game, analyzing. They get to retire, get into that booth. You know why? Because they deserve to be in that booth.
But that's what I'm saying. We're glorifying them for what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're giving them an outlet to speak. That's it. We're just giving them a microphone. Because at the end of the day, you know, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we're paying them. They got to the NFL, they got to the NBA as a player, right?
Right.
So now they're in that
paid.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. As a player, now they're gonna want more money as an analyst. Now, it's just too much. It's like, when will all this focus for money and people just observe the game? And that's what you keep saying, like, hey, we're losing the game. Yes, and we're focusing on money.
No,
starting from high school, start from NIL. And that's what I'm just taking it back on.
But it should be about
just saying, but listen, you're complaining about what money's doing right now in the NBA. We're complaining about right now the NBA is a players' league. Is that a true statement?
I'm not complaining about it, but yes,
who you just complain about?
I'm not saying I'm not.
You complain about LeBron James.
No, I complain about LeBron James wanting to change his team.
Thank you. That's a players' league.
It's a players' league,
and that's where we're going.
It's not behind money though. But my whole thing is, and Will, I agree with you. You know, I can feel like about LeBron. I actually like LeBron. I don't have nothing against him. The only thing I don't like about LeBron is stuff like this. He asked for control to help make personnel decisions. They gave it to him. It didn't work out. First thing he wants to do is send him on the way. He did it when he first got to LA. I don't like the simple fact that when he first went to Miami, when they lost to the Mavs in 2011, he tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired. But Pat Riley had to step in and say, no, we're not going to do that. It's like, if it don't go his way, he's quick to just move on to the next thing. I don't like that. That's what I don't like.
And that's what that's what people do. That's what people do. Just like in a job. Oh, I don't like this job, I quit.
Yes, but in situations like that, if you keep changing a team, a lot of teams, you have to have some type of continuity. You keep changing. This ain't pickup basketball. If you keep changing all the time, that's how coaches get fired. That's how GMs get fired.
No, GMs get fired because they show there's a high turnover rate, just like at a job. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone said, it's a business. And at the end of the day, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
destroys their market, and then these guys, and then after LeBron, like, this is the best player we have.
LeBron,
every team he leaves from is in shambles after he leaves.
Agreed. LeBron got a pass, and that's what I'm saying. And ever since then, he got a pass to do that, and he messed everything up. And let's say this, and even with Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? Every time we start allowing these players to come in, make these executive decisions, they fail. That's what I'm saying. And we got to, and I can't wait till this, the league and all of us are like, hey, bro, like, y'all be a player. And that's where LeBron started. Oh, I'm more than a basketball player. Because he was like, wanted to diffuse this whole idea, shut up and dribble. But I mean, that's what got you there. Now you want to be this prolific speaker?
That's a mouthful.
I don't understand it.
That's a mouthful. I think at the end of the day, I do like the idea that the players do have some control over kind of where they play at, their earnings off the court. They've got total control over that. But I think when it comes to the personnel, like you said earlier, you're speaking about the universities and the systems, you've got these front office team, like the GMs, assistant GMs, and whatnot. They've got a system in place as far as this is how we want to construct this team.
Right.
And if you constantly got somebody coming in because, oh, that's my homeboy, I want to pick him up. Oh, that's my homeboy, I want to help him get a ring.
You turn down the system.
You turn down the system.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And that's because we're giving it to the players. That's why unions, that's why unions stop. That's like I said before, that's why Cash Money Records, all these other, Rough Riders, all these people, rap artists, based businesses, they fail because we only see past we don't see past our nose.
That's true.
That's it. And if we don't start, and money is the number one way to become selfish. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And if we passing these kids at a young age, we're not teaching them how to manage money. Like, I'm not seeing any of these programs. Everyone's like, oh, get your bag. Oh, okay.
It's not like they're teaching kids. It's not like
that's a cultural thing, though.
It's not like they're teaching kids in
college. That's a cultural
and
thing.
The ones who's actually getting money like that, their parents come from money, and that's the ones who's retaining it. And that's not the ones we're actually speaking.
They ain't teaching kids in college what to do if your career flops in college. They ain't teaching kids that. They ain't teaching kids that.
Because they're majoring in general studies, bro. I seen this, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, shout out to Daryl, man. I like this point here. NBA players are great analysts, but reporters make a great argument from the consumer point.
Wait, say that again?
He says that NBA players are great analysts, but reporters make a great argument from a consumer point.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. They say
you getting paid the money that you give because me as a consumer, I want to put my hard-earned money into your model, your business model. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people fans need to be quiet. They shouldn't have a point, a say so for the most part. Yeah, they do. Because if it wasn't for the fans on watching them on TV, going to the game, buying the jerseys, they wouldn't get these big contracts that they get.
Right. Keeping them relevant. So, I definitely.
It's good to have a basketball player on tour and then on these shows to check these analysts when they out of line or they speaking wrong facts. That's all. I like the NBA analysts as well as the OGs. Mix them up. You know what I'm saying? They've been able to do it. Been able to work in some aspects, some not. But you get some funniness and you get more ratings. Because picture this. You got an NBA player.
Skip Stephen A. On for that.
But we're speaking from a granular level. I mean, if you go follow all these analysts have hundreds of thousands of followers, bro.
No, we understand that.
It's all part of the ecosystem.
We understand
that's what I'm saying. We're speaking on one piece. You can't say because these analysts been doing what they doing.
I'm talking about show.
I think these players are just complaining. They because at the end of the day, these players want to play, right? Right. They graduating in general studies. Do they have a degree in mass communications or anything?
A lot of the players.
So how can
a lot of the players that's on TV in this modern era have degrees in something other than general studies?
Someone just graduated with their degree before I think that was McCullough. These guys are just graduating and trying to get back on air. They're going back to school so that they can become relevant. But what I'm saying is, And that's what, to Big Ben's point, like if they would have caught that years ago, they would not be trying to circle back around. They would already become more profitable. So
it would become more profitable for them, not for the people that's helping your product.
What?
What
so
happened was it got bigger. The players got bigger than them, and people started seeing that these players
got bigger than them.
And once everybody in the world's on the same
thing, the players.
It happens.
You know, the team is doing this. The team is playing that. So
No. The team's doing this. The team's doing this. The team ain't doing this because they was doing this. It would never even happen this way. We wouldn't have no issue right now. They was like this. They're like this, putting in the duffel bag.
Y'all making the same statement that the WNBA makes to the NBA.
What's that?
They're not making money because they're looking at the wrong thing. WNBA is not on the same model as the NBA. Like we're talking about, you know, you're saying, oh, that these schools aren't paying them and they're not doing this and they're not doing that. But how are they relevant? How are they successful after football?
Because if you go into a Division I program, they're going to have more fans in the stands than the WNBA.
And you're buying the system. Now, one thing, follow me on this. So, you know, one thing people are like, hey, you know, what college, you know, they're like, well, what you went to college for? What college did for you? It gave me a network, a database of people that should be successful. Can we agree? You went to college, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Prove me I'm wrong. Once you get into that network takes care of you. So I'm saying at the end of the day, we're downplaying the college, but I mean, everyone still goes back to their college alumni class, their class reunion. They're still talking to these people that they went to college with.
Because college is a fun experience, man. It's fun. And it's not fun just because of the education. It's fun overall. Like you said, the networking, the friends.
Facts on that
one. The birds, all that. You know, the bands, you know what I'm saying? It's not just education why these kids stay in school. It's not just
That's
education.
true. But you also can go to college and learn how to be a better criminal. I've seen
you go to jail.
I've seen that firsthand.
And then you go to jail.
Yeah,
but
sometimes.
You're not a criminal in college.
Sometimes.
You're not a criminal.
You know the crazy thing about college is nowadays?
I know some as well, but at the end of the day, you're still a college student.
The best people in college are the people that don't even live on campus.
Yeah, I think we lose the track here, but you know, yeah. The thing I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you know, these kids are, you know, they may not be getting money. Everyone's saying, you know, this whole conversation is everyone's chasing money, but no one is spoken on the opportunity. You know, because at the end of the day, you know what? Okay, Charles Barkley, we spoke on Chris Rebel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was his money that got him in analyst position. It was his school background. The fact that this guy has people that's vouching for him. You know, because that's what college does.
Who, Weber?
All these guys.
Not Weber.
Who? Weber was not an analyst.
It wasn't because of his school.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't because of his school.
He was pretty much banned from campus.
But okay.
He was banned from campus because of money that he took.
Thank you.
Why did he take money?
Because he's stupid.
He was broke.
No, he's stupid.
He's broke.
He's stupid.
He's broke.
If you think money is gonna fix your problems, you're already broke.
You know why Chris Webber got a job as an analyst? You know why he got a job as an analyst? He got a job as an analyst.
Webber cannot walk up to TNT and say, "Hey, fool, give me this job."
A lot of these athletes, like Shaq was a great player. Like Charles Barkley, he got the job more because of his controversy than his Charles Barkley didn't go to school and figure. Come on, communication.
Man, you listen to Charles Barkley and tell me how many times his subject and predicates don't match up, bro. Listen, I was a teacher. Just like Randy Moss, whose country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the guy's intelligent.
No, but you have but you don't. I feel like it'd be the superstars who reach, because we see people even in the game like Michael Jordan before the Hornets started winning games. He's a bad GM. Magic Johnson over the course of his career, bad coach. You know, questionable
Emmitt
GM.
Smith, bad animals.
It can't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened with the players right now, and you know, and professional, because in college and all that, from the standpoint. The colleges and DAs and all them, they still run the shit. They still run the place. The only thing they got to do now is give a couple of dollars away. That shouldn't hurt them. The NBA is different. The NBA is different because it's a professional sport. You know what I'm saying? It's on a pro high. And these players right now want to cry like 5-year-olds. They want a red popsicle, and then they don't want the red popsicle. They want the blue one. Come on, man.
Let me ask you this. So is it safe to say right now LeBron has a reputation of if you not doing it for him, he's going to try to get rid of you?
LeBron, yes. And to me, the prima donna.
Okay, so it's already talks here. His next step is ownership. Is he going to treat his players the same way? You know what? You ain't cutting it for us. You need to get up out of here.
Well, right now, he said he's in that. I forgot recently after this Drew League, he was like, he liked this winner go home mentality. So you possibly right.
Okay.
If you don't produce, it's go home.
You know what the unfortunate thing? I could be wrong, but everybody not built like that. Yeah, that's the type of players you want on your team. But then some people like, nothing to do. I just want to come here and play ball. I don't need all the extra stuff that's going on.
I'm a winner, man. I don't like to be around people like that. If you don't need to be extra, then you ain't trying to win.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
What?
Being extra can derail your franchise. Who remembers the 3 J's on here?
3 J's. Wait, huh? What are you talking about?
Jim Jackson, Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn. Controversy intercepted into their locker room, and they derailed that organization for about 10 to 12 years.
Extra. That's controversy.
This can be considered as controversy.
You said extra to me is meaning
because he do a lot of this.
Right, to push you to, just like with Jordan. Jordan will talk crazy to bring more out of you. Some people need to be, what I'm saying? Like, it's funny, a lot of people don't know, like, hey, buddy, you know what? Let's try a little bit harder. I feel like, man, bump you. But like, man, get you, and they need that extra.
They do need that, but that extra cannot be done every single year.
The next
you would never be able to build on anything.
But that's the person around you. That's the person. Now, I mean, like what you said, I agree. Controversy is definitely, that's like murmur. That's a deal breaker. That's a system breaker right there. Right. But extra, to me is, putting in that extra effort. That's what that is. But controversy and, pig-headedness to me leads with controversy. That's what the guy from, who's that Detroit player? They got, when they had the rumble in the Palace. What is it, Dennis Rodman?
No, it wasn't Rodman. It was
the other crazy guy, Meta Peace.
Yeah.
He couldn't be told anything.
Ron Artest,
right. It could be these guys that could not be told anything. So, of course, these guys are controversial, just like with Mashburn. Mashburn had issues in New Orleans because what? We couldn't tell his fool nothing. So, yeah.
Shout out to Kane. He says they was beefing over Chick. Yeah, they was beefing over Tony Braxton, if I'm not mistaken. But that's the drama like part of it. And like now, as a player, he's leaking out stuff about how he don't want to play with Westbrook. It ain't Westbrook's side that's doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
It ain't the front office that's doing that.
Yeah, and to me, and that's what's indicative of LeBron's, his career. When it gets too hot for him, he leaves the kitchen. And that's what a lot of people has that trait. It's like, like, hey, I want this. Then when they get it, they ain't ready for it because they've been so stuck on one. And that's, that's what with LeBron, he wanted to play for Cleveland. Yeah, but he wanted to play for them until he figured he couldn't get a team. You know what I'm saying? Get a championship. Then he goes up to another team. And he's just been a prima donna. And, and that has to be stopped because if not, it's going to spread, and it has spread. All these players don't want to do the same thing.
No, he plays his full contract though. Now it's getting to the point where people don't even want to play their contracts. LeBron, he plays up to his full contract.
He plays his contract. He plays his contract, but this is the whole evolution of it. It started with him. He's on his contract, but then everybody, you know what? LeBron can go where he want to go. He can bring in who he want to bring in. I'm gonna raise a little ruckus. Now it's just evolving into that. KD's taking it to another level. It's going to get to the point where they're going to be like, they're going to start doing them like they do the NFL because NBA money is guaranteed. But if you're not going to honor your contract, they're going to probably come and say, you know what, whatever bonus or sign-up bonus you got, that's going to be prorated on the team. And that's money you leaving on the table.
They put in Kyler Murray's contract. They put in Kyler Murray's contract something to do with study. Basically, you have to be studying the game. On Jamarcus Russell, like you better be studying everything. Oh,
they put that in his contract.
Oh yeah.
So I know we talking about this, but y'all just open up a can of worms right there.
That's gonna be for the bar.
Yeah, that says a lot. Hey, read between the lines.
LeBron plays his contract. It just, fortunately or unfortunately, whichever you take it as a LeBron fan, stuff starts to happen, and then it swindles, and then stuff come out. And then now you got the situation, man, and it's honestly in my mind, I'm going to be real. I'm not saying stay playing with Russell because Russell is better suited for you, but just the fact that, dude, like, you got to just edge it out, man. If you edge every part of your career out, you know, as a player, then, but at the same time, you let Dwayne Wade go on a jet, tell him to go back to Miami. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you here. Go back to Miami. So this is not fun to LeBron. He did it to the guy that's on the banana boat with him every year. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it to your friend, you do it to your real friends, then you can do it to the people who you think are your favorite.
And that's the part that troubled me because I was under the impression that they were pretty good friends.
Who?
And now that it ain't to the point where you want it to be, now I'm gonna call it what it is. You shitting on the dude.
He's a loser. I mean, like, because I'm saying, like, in the pretext of when it was Westbrook's team, what was he doing? Cussing at the fans and throwing up bricks. He was building houses on the damn court. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you get behind that? I mean, that shows lack of urgency, lack of work, lack of everything. How can you be behind it?
So let me give you this. So LeBron didn't know that beforehand?
No.
Yes, he did.
If you saw it as a consumer.
Right. But that was now. But I'm saying, like, but at then he had an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you know, when he bring it in, Westbrook had an excuse. He was in a circumstance. Of course, you know, well, LeBron gave him the benefit of the doubt. But now it's like, okay, this is inexcusable.
Okay, so let me ask you this. It's just hypothetical. Right. I know you probably like me, you're not going to do it anyway, but one of your close friends say, you know what, man?
Ron just got the wrong
y'all
place.
hiring, and you get him hired on where you at.
Hired where? Where I work at?
Yeah. And they go in and they're not performing up to par. Front office going to be looking at you like, it's your guy that you recommend.
Right.
And mess with your credibility as an employee.
Right. Well, not as an employee, but someone who refers people to jobs, because my work speaks for myself.
Your work speaks for yourself, but they still gonna have that in the back of my mind.
But my credibility, my word, that's what I'm saying. My word speaks for it, but my word will be a little tarnished because I spoke this person up.
But that all is the whole encompass of who Ivan is.
No, you speaking when you say character. No. That's you speaking on character.
Okay.
But first you said work. You know, that tarnishes my work. Now, my word speaks on my work. Now, me bringing on him, yes, that makes my character, that tarnishes my character. Now, I agree with you on that. So,
okay.
Yeah, that does tarnish my character. Like, okay, hey, my word is not 100. It's 76%.
76%. But where it was 100, but yeah, your work is exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody says, you know what, he's doing great, but I remember we got this guy over here that we had to walk up out of here.
Right, that means I have a poor, sense of talent of recruitment. That doesn't speak on my ability to perform my job.
So poor sense of talent of recruitment, you said, right?
Right.
So if it comes up again and they want you to evaluate some talent,
nigga, get out of here.
And that's the part that they finna get at.
I agree, and that's what I said last year on that because he's that was my thing. His word was crap. You know what I'm saying? They went on the edge and they hired this guy, and it failed. You know what I'm saying? And he failed. So, now he's expendable. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I've been saying it.
Was it worth the one ring that y'all got to?
That's a McDonald's.
No. An overall standpoint, it's good that he came over to LA. With the whole Russ situation, simply, at that time, when you had to go get a guard after getting waxed by Phoenix, Russell Westbrook was available to go get. And at this point, you could think like Russell may be the guy that can be the beast, but Russ just couldn't get his thing. He wasn't being. I used to say to y'all all the time during the Lakers season, he's not. To me, it's not the Russell Westbrook that I'm accustomed to seeing. It's kind of like, did he lose something? Did he lose a step? Did he lose something? And then the media, and then the media got him. I always say when the media gets you, it's over.
And they know how to push his buttons. and he give any response back to him.
Trying to get Russ for years. They've been trying to get Russ for years, and Russ has always been the one to slap him because he's performing. And then you don't perform, you get traded to 2 different teams in less than 2 years, and then everything just starts going straight on down. You get traded to a third team. Then the media sees you having bad games. Now they on you. They beating you now. The media is over Russ now. It's not Russ over the media. It's the media over Russ, and that's what got Russ. The media got Russ.
Will says the GMs make mistakes all the time. That's true. But they get paid to make those decisions.
But they don't make. But they don't. This is what I'm saying, and that's what I keep talking about. Players play, coaches coach, referees referee, and GMs find talent because
fans watch.
Thank you. The lines are being blurred because right now, this is what I'm saying. This is LeBron is making this a players' league, and what did he do? He sacrificed the ship. He torpedoed his own ship, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's because his inability to shut up and dribble. He wants to be all of these other people, and he's not taking the time out to study what it takes to be a talent recruiter. He doesn't know the formula for that, but he can definitely speak on.
Well, my whole thing with LeBron, and I don't get caught up in the whole GOAT conversation. I was looking at it from a fan of the game perspective. I don't want this to be something that is at the end of LeBron's legacy. You know, he was a great player, but towards the end, it was la 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 la. I don't want that. I want him to go, continue to win championships.
He matches with he matches with the way the world is today. At the end of the day, so
and that's wild as shit.
He relates to the world, so people are going to talk about him because they like him or they hate him. Same way with Michael Jordan. People are going to talk about him because they like him, or in the players aspect, on the other side they hate him, but they talk about they love him, but they hate him because Michael's busting their ass. It's all with all greats. Michael, he's Kobe. You know what I'm saying? They didn't love him until he was gone. God damn, a guy gotta die before you love him.
Because he didn't get in all these antics, bro. Like
Kobe played ball.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
When people came to LA and hey, let's go to the club. Kobe like, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Everybody hated on him.
That's how he made an impact on his world. Not sitting up debating policies with Donald Trump and all these other politicians.
Come on, dog. They hated my man's. And then once he died, everybody want to be a Kobe fan. Like, come on, dog. This is the most disrespectful people, dog. You know what I'm saying? But that's what athletes go through. Athletes that go to the punches, and LeBron is still LeBron over the media, the same way as Michael Jordan over the media, Kobe over the media. The thing is, right now with Russ, it's the media over Russ. That's the difference.
Kane says LeBron was not worth that ring as a real Lakers fan.
Thank you.
Y'all lost Zoe, Ingram,
and all y'all first round picks
for one fake ring in the middle. That's from a fellow Laker fan. There we go.
You like the young
pieces,
man. Hey, you like the young pieces, man. Had the young pieces, man. The Lakers said we ain't gonna settle to wait for these young guys to get together and try to win the chip. We need one now. It's the Lakers standard. At the end of the day, it might have shot him in the butt, but guess what? We'll see y'all before 2030 with a title, dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, Will said how many rings did LeBron got doing it his way? I give him that. He got 4.
Doing
4, right? Rings.
Doing it his way?
Doing it his way.
What was that way?
He got 5. He got 5.
He got 5?
He did it in the bubble too. He did it his way in the bubble too by letting the bubble start up again. And that's what he did.
He got 4 rings, don't he?
I'm counting. He went 2.
He got 2 in Miami.
Yeah,
he got 1 in Cleveland and then LA.
Well, we actually 3.5.
Oh, he got 4. LeBron got 4 titles. Must be 5 this year.
Hey, you will see.
Must be 5 this year.
He didn't get him a whole nother.
Lakers are gonna win the title this year. Russell, if he's the Lakers still at the beginning of the season, Russell's gonna have a bounce back year, and all the haters that's talking right now is gonna be on air like, how did Russell be able to do this? I'm telling y'all, dog.
So
if the Lakers stay the way they are, if the Lakers stay the way they are this year, the fireworks are gonna be sparking, regardless if they gonna be sparking.
If
beat New Orleans every time we this year. We're gonna beat the Pelicans every time this year.
Will say he got 2 in Miami. He brought them dudes together. Yeah, he did. But I think LeBron,
wait.
I think Wade already had a word.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He went to Wade State.
And they had a banging ass coach. They had one of the best coaches.
He went to Wade's team.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That was Chris Bosh running that squad. Chris Bosh is the reason why Miami won those
championships. Bosh was going into the playoffs, man.
He said it was Pat Riley, man.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Pat Riley.
Again, he tried to fire his coach. Riley like, we ain't doing it.
Yes. And it was Pat Riley's system.
He said Pat just pulled the trigger, but that was Braun winning that squad. Now that was Pat Riley.
That was Pat Riley.
I got to disagree on that one, man.
Pat Riley, no. Ain't nothing Pat Riley ain't running.
Yeah, he not gonna put his name on it.
Right. That's exactly.
Because even though he didn't win it in New York, you could tell that was Pat Riley's team.
Always tell Pat Riley's team. Still got all that 9 days, man. Unless it's Kyrie.
Yeah, I think Kyrie gonna end up. I still think at the end of the day. Well, I don't know, man. Russ, what's his contract? $47 million this year. Who's gonna touch that? Who's gonna touch that?
Or a number 3 now, because he used to be a good number.
He's a number 3 now.
Yeah, that's why I was saying
$47 million.
Do that. Why would people want to do that, knowing that it's his last year of his contract? After this year, you can do whatever you want with him. The market, the media makes the market for players. So the media gets to make whatever market they want for wrestling. It could be low ball like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So why would you want him to get traded now? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the key what I'm saying. So like I said,
Chris wants to know, hey, do you think the Lakers would trade LeBron?
I said that in the beginning. It's easier to get the
they don't trade LeBron. LeBron's on the last year of his contract. He didn't sign the extension. He may not sign the extension. And if he doesn't sign the extension, so what? This will be his last year under contract. If he wants to go to Cleveland, back to Cleveland to go play with Bronny. If he wants to go to State and play with Curry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm reading these comments. Y'all got it going. Y'all lit tonight. Kane says, people don't talk about Braun wanting supposed to fire, and Pat Riley told him to go eat a Frank.
He definitely did. And Spo still coaching. Spo still doing what he do, man. Spo's my son.
He's proven right now he's a hell of a coach. And guess what? It could have got derailed after the first year.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. That's when it wasn't a players-driven league. Now it is. And shout out to who's the coach? Frank, what was the guy name? The coach for the Lakers?
Now? I don't know who it is now because the last dude got fired.
LeBron James. And what the coach said, I didn't pick the team.
He was a lame duck from the beginning.
And that's because everyone backed LeBron.
Yeah.
We seen a paradigm shift because, once again, how the coach get fired and he had no say over the personnel. That's where we're at, and like you're saying, LeBron, it takes one person to change it. And LeBron, he got welcomed up to to the office, to the table, to the decision-making table, and he's making decisions. That's
AAU stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know why the coach got fired? Yeah. You know why the coach got fired?
Why is that?
The coach was
uninterested. He had no control of the team?
No, he was uninterested in coming into work daily. After he just started seeing in days and days, it's like,
would you want to go there? I wonder why he was not interested.
He wasn't interested.
Playing on the app, on Facebook at practice.
Huh?
He was just interested in getting his paycheck and being out.
I'd be too, because it was already rumors when the season started.
Right.
Is he even going to make it to All-Star break?
Right.
I honestly think
he wants to be in that situation.
Agreed.
When the play gets waived, the work that I feel like the easiest sailing in the NBA is for a coach to get fired. Like, you don't really often hear a coach be disgruntled when they get fired. Like, they kind of already see it coming. So when they give them the team, it's like
that's what get a coach fired if they
lose their team and it don't develop any type of rapport or continuity. You can't do that when you changing players all the time.
Right.
Vogel wasn't interested no more in hearing anything that needed to happen. He said it's bad enough playing against LeBron. Now I gotta be a lot alongside him. No. And then just
okay, so it sounds like we all on the same boat.
I guess it's safe to say that LeBron is on that BES or something.
Rich Paul.
He's definitely
coach. Rich Paul's really the coach.
Let's get that poopy mode now.
Hey, at the end of the day, this is what O.T.S.B.S showing you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, it's good stuff tonight, fellas. Good stuff. Good show, jolly good show.
Yes. Cheerio, chap. Cheerio. Man, so I guess we got to get a shout out, man. Definitely give a shout out to everybody who was tapped in with us, man. We seen everybody that
appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely appreciate the Chris. We see you in there. We got Will. Surely appreciate that. Kane, yeah. Got a lot of y'all tapped in. Totally
got some new folks in here tonight. We sure appreciate that.
You know, Englanders creep in tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting y'all know we coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? So anybody in the area, you know what I'm saying? Let them know that we come out. We just come a little late though. We on the East Coast.
All I know, man, is I have fun with you, Phil. I started shout outs from tonight.
Oh, okay.
I have fun with you fellas, man. It's like everybody y'all was in here tonight. Definitely makes the show fun because believe it or not, y'all dictate how long the show goes. Y'all interacted with us. We gonna talk, cut up, and all that good stuff. But I don't know about that, Chris. No Super Bowl rings yet. But yeah, man, on the real though, you know, it's always fun. Monday night, 4 days away from the weekend, like we started the show. Tomorrow should be interesting.
Oh yeah, come be on one tomorrow too.
Yes, sir. Sports Chatter Show tomorrow.
That's how we roll.
That's how we gonna do it. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the family. Appreciate y'all letting me come play in the sandbox with the fellas.
Yeah.
Being supportive, you know, it's all good, man. But yeah, that's me tonight.
All right, I definitely give a shout out.
Oh, hold on. Happy. Hold on. My bad. She gonna kick my ass if I don't say something. Happy birthday to my oldest daughter. Hope you had a good day today.
Oh man, I need a birthday drop or something after that. You know?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
You got Teddy Riley on there, man. Okay, I like it. But shout out there to you, baby. Happy birthday to you. But definitely shout out to everybody that tapped in, man. We appreciate y'all. We see, Fats Barbershop Club. Shout out. I see you tapped in with us. Appreciate that. You like the stream. Shout out to Spotify, Apple iTunes. Y'all can find us there in any music or podcast provider. iHeart, we're there, so y'all can look us up there. Make sure y'all follow us. Follow us on YouTube. Everywhere that you can follow podcasts, y'all definitely make sure y'all follow us. And definitely got to give a shout out, man, to my guy. Lost a child, a high school friend, man. It was Clinton. With the Grand Fam. Shout out to Clinton Sartain.
Condolences.
Yeah, we buried him. He was buried on Saturday, man. So definitely a shout out to him. Heart goes out to him and his family. But appreciate y'all. Y'all tap in with us tomorrow and every day this week because as the days progress, we will open up more shows. We have more shows, and we're here in Arlington, Texas at the studio, STWS Studios. And if y'all looking for a podcast home, y'all definitely look us up.
World Class Studios.
Hey, easy. And that's all I got for right now. So, Two, what you got for shout outs?
First off, before I give shout outs, Chris, the Bengals don't even have replica rings, so why would we even keep the Super Bowl ring? Anyway, shout out to anybody uptown, downtown, East Coast, West Coast. Shout out to anybody that commented and or supported in any way tonight. And for anybody that supports us on a regular basis, man, tap in, continue to tap in. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all thought this was heat? Tomorrow gonna be heat. I might be at about 200 degrees tomorrow, and then Wednesday.
Say that.
Good night.
But we appreciate y'all, man. Much love. Holla at your boys tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Peace.
Take care.